running, I'm running, running, I'm running, running, I'm running, running, I'm running, running, I'm running. Hey, running, I run, running, I running, I KB experiment.
What's going on, Cold World? It is King Borris. I'm back again. 2021. We made it. I think we did. I was looking at the clock and it said 12:58, 12:59. I thought I was going to keep going. 12:60, 12:61. 2020 was like, nope, I'm not going anywhere. But kick that ass out of here. 2021. What do you have planned? I got all kinds of... See, I don't do New Year's resolutions. I just continue on with the same old. It's the same shit, different year. Because the plan and the goals kind of been the same for a while now. I just have to succeed at what it is that I want to do, continue doing it. It's going to take time. It has taken time, but I've made it this far. I'm still breathing. Everything's good. So I've used this time constructively in the last 10 months or whatever you want to, COVID hit and I had to make a decision. What do I do? And before that, I've been asking time, like in my own head, telling myself, if I only had time to really sit down and work on the things that I feel I need to work on. And guess what? The pandemic happened and I was sent home. I ripped the whole office apart, rebuilt it, restructured, and it has given me time to do what it is that I wanted to do. So sometimes you're going to ask for something and you better be ready for how it comes to you, because it won't come in the way that you expect. I didn't expect a world pandemic, right? But I did ask for time and I got that time. So always keep your mind open, your eyes open, your ears open, because you never know where it's coming from, who it's coming from. It's going to come. Just pay attention, be open, and receive it. I hope everybody out there is doing all right. I know this last year was just a fucking kick in the ass. Rest in peace to all the people that have lost their lives through the whole 2020. It's been a rough year, and I know a lot of people lost a lot of close people, friends, family, loved ones, whatever the case may be. And I hope you're doing better. I hope you're doing well. It has not been an easy year, but it has been a character building year, as they say, because it's pushed us to, do things differently. A lot of people have stayed home for months and months and months doing online school with the kids, and it's been a huge struggle. But with that struggle also comes, adapting to different things. I, for one, have learned that I know that I can carry my own and maintain my household no matter what, even through a pandemic. So that's something that I really didn't think about or even believed before that. Will I actually be able to do that if shit were to hit the fan? Because this is kind of what it is. Shit hit the fan. Nobody was ready. So, but yeah, let's see what this 2021 brings. I have a whole shitload of things lined up that I hope everybody enjoys. I got guests that are coming on to the show. I got stories that we're going to talk about that can blow your fucking head off. You're going to be like, what did I just listen to? But yep, it's all real shit. Social media is blowing up for me. I'm all over the place. Now it's time to organize. 2021 is the organization period for me. Structure. Build a process, a system, something that's sustainable, so I could just sit here and talk on the phone and get paid for it, I guess, right? Another Joe Rogan. So check it. We're going to listen to George Hillyard next. That's my boy. We've become very good friends. I work with George. His story is just, it's the modern day Rocky. I think it's important. I think you guys should hear it. And, feedback is always requested. So let's listen to George. Let's listen to his story. and I hope everybody's doing well. Let's get to it. Today's show is sponsored by KB Media. That's actually me. I'm sponsoring my own show. KingBorris.com. We do anything social media related. You want a website? You want a landing page? You want editing on a podcast? You want to learn how to podcast? You need a full-blown social media presence? We can do it all. Anything that's related to online, we can do. You want me to build a custom PC with your face on it that glows? I got you. KB Media, we do it all. Just go to the website, KingBorris.com, look around. We do mentor programs one-on-one. I've done, large-scale Zoom training sessions on the basics and advanced setups for social media. There's nothing that we can't do. So if you're looking to expand your brand and grow more than you have and kind of stand out from the rest of the crowd, KingBorris.com. Check us out. Hey, what's going on, guys? It's King Borris here with HitHard Hillyard, all the way in the other side of the pond. Was it London?
The other side of the pond. The other side of the pond.
That's what they say. I mean, I don't even know if I'm saying it right, but they say the other side of the pond. That's London, right?
That's it.
What part of London?
I'm from East London, from Canning Town. So
okay. My wife knows all about that stuff. I don't. She watches Downton Abbey. I think she wants to be in the show.
we'll have to arrange for it to be done.
Well, yeah, we're working on it. She wants to go down there like immediately. If you Google directions from the U.S. to London, it'll tell you to jump in the river or in the ocean and swim across. Yeah, I don't know.
I'd advise not to do that, but each to their own.
Hey. Whatever. But
and it also depends how much you love your wife.
Well, I mean, I love her very much. She's here somewhere. I know she can hear me. They can always hear you. So
yeah, always.
George. So obviously, this has been a long time in the making. We've been trying to do this for 17 years, but we're here now, and we make it.
We're here now.
So for everyone out there, this is George Hillyard. George Hillyard is a pro boxer from the UK that has also fought here in the United States. I'll let you tell that side so I don't screw it up.
So I haven't boxed in the States just yet, but I was there living there and training with the Mayweather team, i.e. Jeff Mayweather, the uncle of Floyd Mayweather. So we were training at the Mayweather gym, and that's where I need to be back out there. And cannot wait to be back out there training with Jeff and obviously ending my career on a little high, because obviously it's took a little dip, as most people know.
Right. And this dip, well, let's go back a bit. You're 36 now, but when did you start boxing?
10 years of age.
Okay.
10 years of age. So
that's pretty young.
It is young. I was down Dobbsweir Caravan Park in... Do you call them trailers or so? Okay,
trailer park.
So it's like a little holiday resort thing that we have in the UK. So there's a TV program in the UK called Grange Hill. It's like a kids program, and the fella in that, his dad approached me and done something to me, and I shaped up, and he said to me, "Oh, you boxing?" So if I was honest, didn't have a clue what boxing was. I was obsessed with football, i.e. soccer, what you use called soccer. So anyway, he took me over to my dad, and my dad thought I'd done something wrong. So my dad was like, "Oh, what's he done now?" And he's like, "No, he just done a move on me, which only boxers do." And so he said, "I want him down my gym." This was on a Saturday, and he went, "I want him down my gym on a Monday night." And as they say, the rest is history.
Yeah, where'd you learn that move? It's just something that came natural, or?
And the God's honest truth, God bless his soul. Boy, he died last week. And,
Jesus, yeah, I think I saw
yeah,
that.
so
sorry to hear that.
Yeah, no, it's life, and it's life. But
yes.
Yeah, he done a move, and I couldn't tell you what move I can't even remember it. But it was whatever it was. It excited him and made him want to take me to his gym. So
yeah.
And I went down there at 10 years of age. I didn't have my fight until I was 11, because you're not allowed to box until you're 11.
Okay.
So, so I trained for 4 months. Then I played football, soccer, until I was 19. So I was boxing and playing football, at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And then at 19, just before I turned professional with Barry and Eddie Earns, i.e. Matchroom Sport, I had to choose between the two, and I chose boxing.
Okay. And at what age did you choose that? How old were you at that? Were you 11? At
11, that's when I had my first fight. Okay. And then at the age of 19, I had to turn. Okay. I had to choose, what am I going to do? Spend my time playing football or doing boxing, because I couldn't do the both together.
Right.
So I quit football and stuck with boxing. And at 21 years of age, I spent 2 years learning the trade properly, being in the gym 24/7. And then at 21, I turned pro on Sky Sports with Matchroom Sport with Barry and Eddie Earns, and that's when I was 6 seconds off of breaking Mike Tyson's record for the quickest ever knockout in the pro debut. So, and so
6 seconds.
Yeah,
it only lasts 6 seconds, so I know what that is.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
I'm not Gerard Harvey out live on Sky Sports in 42 seconds, and
wow.
My ring entrance was longer than my fight.
So tell me about that story. You're 19 into 21. You're learning the trade professionally. When do you sign on as an actual professional boxer? When does that title come about?
Well, I was training with a lot of pros at the time, like people like Top Tarawala, James, Danny Williams, who beat Mike Tyson. I was in their training camps with these guys, and people that box Floyd Mayweather themselves, like Lovemore and Do. I ended up sparring and just being around them, and I was like, this is, I love this sport. I'm in love with the sport. And when my trainer at the time, Roy McDonald, and he just said to me, right, you're fighting on the 16th of June 2005. He went live on Sky Sports at Goresbrook Leisure Centre, and I thought it was a joke. And he's like, no. He went, no, you're on it. We've got you on the show. And to be on such a big show at the time was like
big deal.
Yeah, and it was like, and everyone was like, oh, how have you got on this show? You know, but as I say, it's not what you know, it's who you know. And I pretty much sold Goresbrook Leisure Centre out on my own.
Damn.
And
that's some serious work.
Yeah, it was. What a fantastic night. It was a great atmosphere, and they put me on last. So the show started at 7 p.m. and I didn't walk into the ring till nearly at 12 o'clock at night.
Isn't that like the main event?
Well, the main event was just before me. I was after the main event.
Okay.
So the reason they wanted, because if I boxed early, everyone would have gone home. And then when the main event come, there would have been no one there. So they kept me on until the main event. And, but that night, as I said, my ring entrance was longer than my fight. So
That's wild, man. That's a wild story. So I know your career, but all right. So I get people from time to time asking me how I record my podcast, and I tell them it's simple. I do it on my phone, and I have a plug-in speaker. All I need is a quiet space and my phone, and it's free. They have all kinds of tools to help you do it, to edit, to cut, to ad-lib, whatever it is that you want. And once it's ready and you upload, Anchor has you all set up where you post it or upload the audio once or the episode, and it'll distribute it across other platforms like Spotify or podcasts or Apple Podcasts. And it does it all for you, which is pretty neat because sitting there trying to upload stuff forever takes forever. And you can make some money. So there's sponsorships, no minimum listenership. It's pretty darn easy. It's everything you need to make a podcast in your pocket. So go download the free Anchor app and go hit anchor.fm and get your podcast started. Ultimately, you hit a point in your career where things stopped.
Yeah, I can only say certain things because obviously I've signed an NDA between certain things, but basically I signed a £15 million contract with Barry and Eddie Earns, the same contract as Chris Eubank, and everything was going too good, if that makes sense.
Of course.
And I was still training really hard. But everything around me I was the product, but everything else around me was. What I'm saying that, and myself, we all thought, you know what, we've cracked it. Mm-hmm. We've done it, yeah. And we all took our foot off the pedal, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
We slowed down, and everyone else started catching up with us. And then,
I see what you're saying.
So
comfortable.
Yeah. And then next minute, it was all the money was there, and then there was no money there, if that makes sense.
Yes.
So
yes.
Yeah.
And that's the whole point of this podcast is to tell your story. It's like like we say, the modern day Rocky story. So
this is the real life Rocky. This is a real life Rocky. I'm not saying I am talented. I'm very talented. I'm not saying I'm the best in the world or I'm going to go out there and beat everyone, but I've got talent there, and I just want to showcase my talent now. I want people to see this is what I can do. If I can get there, but I'm not good enough, I can accept that. But
you have to try.
I want to get there. As I said in other interviews with I was giving it the dad speech to my son. And I told him that you don't ever give up in life. If you want something, you go out and you get it.
Yes.
And then he said to me, then why did you give up? And when your son says it, it's a bit more personal.
Right.
If that makes sense. So it's weird. Like you want to give him a backhander because he's
you
right.
do. But did you give up?
No. Well, I did because I got told that there was a change in my brain scan and I could never box again because the board took my license away. But I was like, I don't feel like there's nothing wrong with me. It's the fit. So I went and done I went and see a specialist that cost me thousands and thousands of pounds. And they just said, look, yeah, there's a change, but there's nothing to stop you from boxing. All it was the British Boxing Board of Control are the strictest governing body in the world. So, and because everyone sues them, they don't want to get sued again.
They're not taking any chances. I got you.
So yeah, they're not going to take no chances. Yeah, so it's just so they took my license away, and I went with another governing body, that's when I won the WBU and the WBC Confederation belts. And so it was just like to keep launching my career that way. But then I was indoors one night at 11 o'clock at night in the UK, and I get a phone call saying, I won't put an American voice on, but it was like, yo, it was like, yo, George, it's Repo Rick, and I'm like, yeah, really? Like, and obviously, if everyone knows in the boxing world who Repo Rick is, he's a part of the Mayweather team.
Okay.
And he was like, we're in the UK at the moment. We're at the Grange Hotel. We want you to come and see us. So I was like,
okay.
Is this a wind up? Is this a wind up? Am I being? Yeah. It didn't feel real. It didn't. Yeah. So, to cut a long story short, my brother said, "Come, we'll go there." So we drove down to the hotel, and as we're driving there, we're looking at each other like, George, this is a bit of a wind up. I think we're being played here. Mm-hmm. So when we get to the hotel, I'm like, how do I say it? Is Floyd Mayweather and I was like, I don't want to say Floyd Mayweather's name. So I thought, I went, excuse me, is Repo Rick here, please? And they was like, yeah, no probs. And to cut a long story short, we'll be sitting on the bed with Repo, Floyd, like senior this was.
Yeah.
And just me and my brother looked at each other like, this ain't real. It was a surreal moment.
How long was that from, let's say, the whole brain scan thing and when you stopped boxing?
That was literally a year later.
Okay.
So a year later, then it was, yeah. Because I genuinely did. I genuinely did think, because the border's so strict here.
Right.
I never thought I'd go and box in America. I'd go and boxing, or I did that as an amateur, but I never thought I'd do it as a pro unless it was with the British Boxing Board of Control. So when the board took my license away, it was like, well, do you know what? That's it.
We're
but
done.
my son saying them words, like, give me a little spark back, if that makes sense.
Fire in your ass is what it's called.
That's it. Exactly that. So, yeah, it was like a wake-up call. Right. So I was like, do you know what? I've got to now go and prove this now. And we've got other boxers and other world champions asking me, saying, George, look, why are you doing this? Well, you should just retire now. You've got enough money in the bank. I'm like, no, I haven't. No, I haven't. I ain't got.
Why does everybody think that? You know, you got money in the bank.
Yeah, no, and they do. They think, and so I was like, but this is not about money now. This is about chasing a dream.
Yeah.
Like, if there was anything physically wrong with me, I would not box. Reason being, because I've got kids.
Put your family in that.
I've got family. I've got responsibilities there. So, but I don't want to be that man on a park bench in 15, 20 years' time, saying, with a can of beer in my hand, saying, I could have been.
Right.
Because in life, that's what kills you, is the could have beens. I don't want to become I could have been this, I could have been that. Yeah, regret. I don't want to keep saying, I could have been this, could have been that, could have been this. That's not what I want to be. So I'm not here to hurt anyone. I'm just, as I said, I'm here chasing a dream, trying to live my life as best possible as I can. But
right.
Yeah, so I'm not here to hurt anyone. I'm just here to chasing the dream and win titles, and hopefully win titles.
You'll win titles. See, the drive is there.
The drive's there. I know I'll win. Once I've got the opportunity there, I will take it. You know, that's all I need. Give me the opportunity and I'll take it. But I'm in that category at the moment where no one wants to fight me because I'm too dangerous, if that makes sense.
Yeah. And
I've got purpose now.
They fear that. Yeah, when you're hungry, I mean, you'll do what you have to do to
Yeah, exactly
eat.
that. So, and where I've been off the radar a bit, and I've not been on the scene. Everyone's like, "Oh, George, mate, it's all talk. You all talk. It's yeah, you're coming back. You say it every year. You're coming back. You come back." And people don't see what goes on behind closed doors, like the hurdles that are getting put in my way, and people thinking that because of them hurdles that are there, that I'm just going to quit. I'm not quitting.
No.
Like, I'm not quitting. I'm 36. I haven't been in no wars. I'm not talking funny. I'm not slurring my words. And so, yeah, I'm just, as I said, I'm not here to hurt anyone. And I appreciate people saying that they're only caring about my health. And I appreciate that. But if there was any doubt in it, like my next fight, I may get in the ring and, you know what, and go, it ain't there.
That's it.
That's it. It ain't there no more. But I know it. I know I'm going to, like, what I've been doing in the gym, what I've been doing, even in this lockdown.
Yeah.
People haven't seen, like, you can see by, I'm in shape. I'm not bloated. I'm not big. And
Right. You're not out of shape.
Yeah, I'm not out of shape. But so people still think, oh yeah, you're just talking about it. It's all talk. It's talk. That's why I don't put nothing over social media anymore. Because until
talk.
Yeah, because I did become a bit of that, because I was talking about what was happening, even though it was happening, but nothing was happening, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Everyone seen me in Vegas, living in Vegas and training, but nothing was happening. I was just living there and training. Anyone can do that.
Yeah.
But now it's, so when we do go out there again, I ain't going to tell people I'm going out there. I'm just going to rock up, do what I've got to do, and then after my fight, we go, listen, Porgy's back in town.
Georgie Porgy. HitHard
Back
Hillyard.
in town. I'm ready to rock and roll. And
We'll definitely document that journey, because that's next. Right now, the whole plan is to get George to Vegas to train with Jeff Mayweather at their gym. And COVID obviously put a big dent in things, because
it did put a massive dent, yeah.
Everybody's on hold. Mostly everybody. There's still a lot of players out there, but to get the funding, the sponsorship, as I said,
everyone thinks. Sorry to interrupt you. Everyone thinks because we're boxers and we box on TV, and they think you're getting so much money, but they don't realise what you have to pay out of that money.
Right.
Remember, you got a manager, you got a trainer, you have to pay your tax,
living
you have to
expenses,
pay
food,
your expenses,
family.
your team. Yeah, everything has to be paid for. You know what I mean? And then because they look at the Anthony Joshuas and the Floyd Mayweathers, they think all boxers are like that.
Right.
But
it's crazy, because doing what I do on social media with the podcast, I get to talk to a lot of different people that, you can say they're celebrities. And a lot of them aren't living that celebrity life. And that's the stigma. People think that you're automatically rich.
Yeah.
But a lot of people like you and I, people that even had a good career in financially, still fall back on to, having a few pennies in the bank.
Yeah, of course.
So it's no one's immune to that.
I learned a lot of that in when I lived in Vegas. It was a massive wake up call, because how you see things on TV, even on social media, a lot of it is that the right word? Fake.
Yeah.
Like,
it's fake.
People think, oh my God, he's just turned up in a Rolls Royce, and he's got all this money, and the Rolls Royce is not his.
Right.
And he's got no money, and the team that he's got around him, they're the ones earning.
Right. That's the manager's Rolls Royce.
Yeah, of course, exactly that. But this is why Floyd Mayweather, you can't knock him for what he's done.
Yeah.
He manages himself. He promotes himself. He does everything himself. So the money only goes to one person.
Him. Yeah. His team is small.
Yeah, and that's it. And it only needs to be small. And and that's why a lot of boxers are doing that now as well. But it all comes down to TV.
Yeah. Presence, social media. We know that social media presence is ridiculously important. And I say ridiculously because sometimes it's ridiculous that your numbers will dictate everything else.
Yeah.
And, like that number means more than your talent.
Well, you look at the two boys now that what are they called? Sean Paul, is it? Or
Jake Paul.
Jake Paul, yeah. So some of them are training with the Mayweathers now as well. But what did they do? The TV crew and all that were like Sky Sports, HBO. They was all saying, we're not going to put you on our show.
Mm-hmm.
So they went, right, then we'll do a YouTube channel.
That's fine.
It went huge.
Mm-hmm.
It went absolutely massive. So,
I mean, look at that. They fought right before one of the most anticipated fights ever with Mike Tyson and Junior. I mean, nobody ever thought that would happen. And even though there was rules and all that, they came in there, did their thing, made millions, and they're just YouTube people. I mean,
like they've earned more money. I've been in this game 15 years now. They've earned more money than I'd probably ever see. You know, and there's other boxers that have been in that industry for years, and these two fellas have come through because, and they're sensible with their brain.
Yeah.
Because I knew they're YouTube sensations with all the kids following them. And it's you know what I mean? And who jumps on top of that? Eddie Earns, Matchroom Sport. So as probably most people in America know who Eddie Earns is. He has Anthony Joshua. He has a lot of all the up and coming like Kell Brook and all these other champions. Even Billy Joe Saunders now.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like he's putting them on the show. Like Jake Paul was the head of their last show, and Billy Joe Saunders is the world champion.
Isn't that crazy?
And you got two YouTube fellas walking away with, I think it was 500 million. And Billy Joe Saunders is the world champion, walking away with 2.
Isn't that something?
It's, you know what I mean?
That's the world we live in. And not to knock
is.
those other guys, but, I come from the social media world. And 4 or 5 years ago was a different world than it is today. But it still dictates what happened then matters now. And that goes back to the whole fake thing. Not everything's real.
Yeah.
But even though it's not 100% real, it doesn't matter because the image of the numbers are there.
Yeah.
20 million followers.
Prime example is if I had you
Mm-hmm.
when I first turned pro and this platform, I'll be a multi-millionaire.
We would be.
Yeah. No, sorry. Yeah.
No, you're right, though.
But yeah. No, but we would. As a team, we'll be flying. But I never had that team. Well, not when I say I didn't have that team. We never had that platform.
Right.
All it was one social media, and that was TV.
Right.
The biggest thing was Sky Sports. In the UK, it's the biggest platform being on Sky Sports. If you've made it on Sky Sports, then you've done really well.
Nice. Yeah.
But now, YouTube is overtaking everything.
Yeah. Big time.
It's
big time. It's its own platform, and you just have to get with the times. If not, you fall off, you fall behind.
Exactly that. So, and now that's why I've got you on board.
So just so everybody knows, I am George Hillyard's social media manager in general. I mean, we've built this relationship where we work together now, and not just for the interest of social media, but to get George to Vegas, to get him his fights, to get him training. So, and it's past us. It's more about getting the family fed, building that legacy that our kids will be able to live off of, not just us. We're not young anymore. We're not old, but we're in that stage where we know that what we do now and for the next 10, 20 years is what's going to dictate not just our lives, but our families' lives. That's more important than anything else. So I look at my kids and I say, I can't feed you. That's just not a thing that'll ever happen.
That's it. All we're asking is just jump on board with us, follow us, show us the support. I said, we're not here to hurt anyone. We want the excitement that we're going to have. We want you to come along and have it with us.
We want to bring you guys with us.
Yeah, that's it.
It's not a solo ride.
Yeah.
You know, and I push a lot of support. That's one of my main things is support. And I'm a firm believer if you support and ride with, you're going to eat too. You know, that's just exactly how it works. That's how it works. So, you know, the whole plan is to make it back to Vegas. And it's a Rocky-like story, not just because of boxing, but, you know, we know Rocky had, you know, he had those Lamborghinis and the Ferraris and he was riding around and he ended up back, you know, in his old hood and lost everything, you know. So not to get too into it because of that NDA, but that's the similarities of the story, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah, 1,000,000%. And as I said, we don't want to be cheesy, but this is a real life Rocky. Yeah. Like, this is real. This ain't just like when people see the documentary and the book that comes out regarding everything, they're gonna see like this one. This ain't just. I've been through some terrible times. Yeah. Like that are not even through deaths in the family, through someone taking my money, from splitting up with my partner.
People have to understand it's not just money. It's 10 million pounds. Was it pounds, euros? What is it? I don't know. I know dollars.
15 million pounds.
I don't care how you look at that. 15 million is the number, period. How would you feel? You know?
Yeah. And it wasn't even, that was just a contract I signed over 5 years.
Yeah.
But it was the manner of how everything went.
Right.
So.
The bullshit behind it. Yeah,
the bullshit behind it. But once again, in the documentary, people will see, and hopefully it's going to be turning into a film. So, yeah, they're going to see, like, the shit I've been through. Right. And, like, people just think, oh, yeah, falls in a bucket of shit and comes out smelling the roses. And then and they always use that word, oh, you're so lucky. I'm like, do you know what? There's no luck in this. Right? The reason I'm in this position is because I put myself in this position. And sometimes, I do have to waffle on and talk a bit of shit. Because you have to do that in life. You know, sometimes when someone's talking a bit of shit, you have to talk with them.
Or when somebody acts like an asshole, you got to call them out on that.
Yeah, exactly that.
I mean, you sucker punch an old dude in the bar. And then you got to say something.
Yeah, and I've had no problems with doing that in the past.
But what exactly did you do in the past, George?
No, it's just but especially when you're out on a night out, I don't ever tell people, even though I look like a boxer and I've got a nose like a boxer, and I box on TV and most people know what I do, but I never ever ever tell people I'm a boxer. If people ask me what I do, I just say I'm a painter and decorator. I seriously do. But we was out one night in a club and two men, after a couple of beers, have come up to me and they started punching me in the arm and saying, "Come on in, let's have a..."
that goes too far.
You're like, mate, I don't box anymore. That was like 20 years ago. And they're like, what? You're only 20? I'm like, I wished I was 20, but but they give it all, and then it always escalates into something.
Yeah.
And then
who gets in trouble?
Yeah,
you know,
me.
Because you're the pro boxer or the ex-pro boxer or whatever you want to call it. You're the trained person that normally gets.
I'll tell you a story. So after I ended up hitting him and seriously hurting him. And so when I got arrested, what do you think the policeman said to me? He said, the best thing for you to do, he went, because your hands are counted as lethal weapons.
Walk away.
He went, no. He went, if you can't walk away, he went, pick something up and hit him with it.
Interesting.
Sorry? He went, yeah, because your hands are counted as lethal weapons. He went, you might as well pick something up and hit him with it. I was gobsmacked.
Yeah, that's. I mean, law's a law. You know what I mean? And as crazy as it sounds, that's sometimes what would save you in certain situations. I didn't hit him with my hands, but that computer desktop sure hit him pretty hard.
Yes,
but that's a different type of weapon stuff. Yeah. I mean, I saw this video. I'm going to say 15 years ago, right? It was Mike Tyson in the parking lot. There was 3 dudes that were messing with him, and they were drinking, they were drunk, and the whole context was he was trying to walk away, and they're like, "Hey, come on, let's just play around, champ." Same thing. So he knocked those dudes out, and there's 3 guys. He knocked them out in less than 3 seconds. When I tell you he hit them faster than ever seen anything in my life, they all hit the ground at the same time. And I've never found this video again in my life. But I know what you mean. If that video wasn't there, he probably would be in major trouble. Yeah. Because he has weapons as hands. Yeah. So you're right. And it sometimes it's you gotta do what you gotta do, but
the general public, what you gotta understand is boxers, a lot of them I don't want no trouble out in the street. It's the last thing I want to do. You know what I mean? Yeah. I'm just trying to chase a dream, put food on the table for my kids, and give my kids a luxury and my wife to be a luxury life. And I don't want to hurt. As I said, I don't worry about anyone else except them. So just, if you can't support us, then don't say nothing. That's what I mean. If you can't, come and have some fun with us and enjoy the journey and say, "Carl, we're using some cracking fights," and or I'll see you get bashed up and whatever. We can have a giggle about it, and have a beer over it. But to sit there and want to fight me or another boxer, it's crazy.
Only going to happen if you sign a contract for $20 million. Then we can fight. But that's why I wanted to talk about the relationship between the Rocky story and your story, so people could understand it. Only because it's everybody resonates with Rocky, and that's not even that was just a film. Yeah. That not necessarily a true story, but it's a true story within itself, because how many boxers have been pretty much, let's say, robbed or taken advantage of.
I'm just one of a million.
It's a sad truth, but
it is.
You're there to fight, and somebody comes around and does the back end and takes your money and takes your livelihood, and that's just what can you say about it? Sometimes you can't say anything. Yeah, it's when you're in it's like I'm a small fish in a big pond. Yeah. And, that doesn't mean you can't be a top fish for at least a little while. Of course not.
But what you got to remember is, when one boxer comes through the door and leaves the door, another one walks in. Yeah. So we're just like a bit of meat to a dog. Right. They don't care about us. When you're there, they're like, "Oh, you're the best. You're the best. You're the greatest." But when you walk out the door, they're like, "Oh God, can't stand him." Next. Next one. Yeah. And that is the honest and brutal sport part of the sport. The brutal part of it is it's not what all glitz and glamour what people think it is. I mean, right. So.
And go ahead. I'm sorry.
The money involved in it is ridiculous. Right. As I said, everyone thinks, oh, you're getting 70, 80,000, 100,000 for this fight. And they think you're a multi-millionaire.
Yeah, no. Mm-mm.
It's, it's
It costs money to even fight, Like, even though you're getting a payday, that payday is not your payday. It's everybody's payday. That's part of the team. And if those contracts aren't written properly, then you're the lowest one at the totem pole. Yep. That's it. That makes everybody else money.
That's it.
Exactly but that's all something that each individual can take responsibility for themselves, because at least for today, I know for a fact, if there was a contract anywhere written, lawyer is the first one that's going to see it. My lawyer, not your lawyer, not his lawyer, my lawyer. And once that contract's read and I know what's in it, what's in it, then we can sign on the dotted line. Because
that's how it should be.
If what people don't do is they don't read and they get promised all this stuff, and
I was that kid.
And it happens. It's a learning curve, but sometimes that curve is pretty damn fucking curvy.
It is, mate. It's not so much part of the life. It's people that it hurts on the way.
Yes.
See me, I can look after myself. I'm big enough and ugly enough to look after myself. But to have the people that was beside me, i.e. my family, and some of my friends that were part of the team, it messed the whole situation up. A lot of people got hurt. You know what I mean? And I don't mean physically hurt. I mean mentally hurt.
Right.
So, remember, it's like when you physically hurt someone, they can get over that.
Yeah.
But when you mentally hurt someone, it's a different ball game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and so when people see that I put things over social media, I only put things that I want you to know.
Of course, that's how it should be.
That's it. Like, I don't need to put over it. So and sometimes I put things out there because I want a reaction from it.
Yeah.
And I always know the ones that are going to react to it and not going to react to it.
Yeah. Yeah. I can see that. Oh,
and then I can say,
I do the same thing.
And but then I know the ones that are going to talk about it to everyone else, because it's like Chinese whispers, the time they've said it, I know where it's going to come back to me.
Right.
You know what I mean? Right. So, and it's a crazy thing that the people that support you, you don't even know.
Yeah. And
the ones that you do know won't support you.
Isn't that a funny thing?
It's a crazy world.
I say funny because you can let it torment you and I try to push as much positivity as I can. I've lived a very negative life for many years, and it didn't lead me anywhere good, at least. So, it's sometimes you got to learn to walk away and just be you, do you, and whoever supports you will support you.
Yeah.
Looking for that support is tough because you normally let yourself down.
My problem was in the past was if I was in a room with 100 people, and like most of it, they'll go, 99 of them will go, do you know what, George, you're such a lovely fella. We love you to bits. But then there'd be one person that go, yeah, I think you're a prick. I will forget the 99 and then concentrate on the one. Now, I'm like,
right.
See, there's a door there, mate. Where'd you jog on? I mean, I don't listen to all that negative, and believe me, I've got plenty of it of late.
Yeah.
Because now people see that I'm going in the right direction again.
You're active.
Yeah, and people don't. They're like, it's just talk. It's all talk with George. It's all talk. But now that's why I just thought I ain't gonna say nothing now. I'm just gonna let it happen. And as you know yourself, because you're doing the work with me. What's going on? But we haven't.
Yeah, it's been an interesting journey. The last, I don't know, it's been 2 years now.
It is 2 years.
I don't even know. Like, COVID has messed my brain up, and it's like we lost a year.
It's just coming up to a year. Yeah.
But that's just COVID.
Yeah.
COVID is what I'm talking about. Is it lost? It like literally put everything on pause for a year.
Yeah, it's kind of dented my career because I'm thinking I'm 36 now. I'm like, I've got 4 years left. I need to be active.
Yeah.
I mean, and I'm lucky. I haven't been in any wars where I can't remember my words and I start speaking funny.
You're not
swearing.
damaged.
Yeah, I'm not damaged. So I've still got something in the tank. I've still got something left, and I want to see if I can do something with it. That's all it is. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I've had close people say to me, even over social media, I put, George, stop this, please. You're just call it a day, and you're like,
no. That's the difference between you and I. I'm going to keep chasing my dream. You gave up a long time ago. Some of these people are like. These men are like hard men. They've been to Afghan. They've been to, they're like... They've been through it.
Yeah, they've been through it. But then they're still trying to... It's weird.
You know what it is some people especially when you're close to someone or they're close to you, they see you winning. They take it as they take a defensive stance. They take it as like a hit, like a blow to themselves, because now they feel like they're less than you are, even though that's not what we project.
Yeah.
You know, as you win, you gain haters, but those haters are there because you're winning, and they're mad because they're not where you're at. They couldn't achieve what you achieved.
Yeah, it's very weird. Like, if I see someone being successful, I'm so happy for them. I'm like, I want to learn and I want to follow your path. I would never want to hate someone that wants to be successful, or not just want to be successful, wants to better their life.
Right.
So, it's just, if you want to better your life,
seeing other people win should help you learn that you can win as well. You know what I mean? Take the positive side of things. When I see people win, and even if I can help people get ahead in life by just supporting and helping, your success is what I get back as payment.
That's it.
You know, when I see somebody that achieved something, that got somewhere, even if it's me that helped them just a little bit, that's a goal, that's a blessing, because I could say, you know what? I know that there's a formula and a process there that works. I just have to adjust it to my lifestyle.
That's it.
But I was able to help somebody else even a little bit get to that point. And that's the whole point of the podcast. I want people to hear these stories and hear how dirty things get and how shitty life can be. Yeah. You know,
it ain't all roses. It ain't people think, as I said, they see you on TV, they see you with this and that, and they think, you've got such a cool life. It's don't get wrong, I've not got a hard life, but it's not all all smoke and road. Like it's not as luxury as what people think it is. Right. I still have to go through my hard times. I mean, it's just dealing with people that I don't want to deal with in the industry that we live in, and being in the public eye. It ain't as glamorous as what people think it is.
Right. And especially when you're older, I think the older you get, the more privacy you want. You know, because
I'm not. But with me, so I'm not saying I'm a celebrity, because I'm not. Right.
Maybe a little bit.
No, I'm not. But I'm in the public eye just because I'm a boxer. Yeah, and sometimes what I put over social media, it gets me in trouble with, and I waffle on and talk a bit of shit. But it's for everyone else's entertainment, if that makes sense.
It's strategic shit talking.
Yeah, it's because my boxing ain't doing a lot at the moment. So to keep my name relevant, I have to talk a little bit of shit on social media. You know, and I mean, it keeps everyone entertained still.
That's what you got to do. That's what you got to do. I mean, you can't stay stagnant. You got to roll with what's going on and put your twist to it, and you know, that's just what it is. So basically, we need sponsors. That's what it comes down to. We need investors. We need sponsors, yeah. And this type of investment and sponsorship is not just something that we don't know where it's going to go. I mean, we have the right team behind us. Imagine saying the name Mayweather in any aspect of sports. Huge. Everybody knows that name. Yeah. So it's not like there's hopefully, or what if. Once we're in Vegas, George is going to be in that ring in the Mayweather camp immediately. That's not even, that's verifiable. You can go look online now, see that you were there already. It's not like you weren't. Yeah. You've already broke bread with them. Now it's just a matter. We need to get George back in so we can continue this process.
As most people know, the only reason we're back is because of COVID. Mm-hmm. The COVID has cost myself and a lot of people,
everybody, the
hundreds of thousands. It's cost us everything. So we've got to go back again, and all we're asking is, we're just asking for your support. And if anyone out there that wants to sponsor us,
and you know what, not even support in the sense of a personal thing. Shit, this is business. It's all about return on your investment. You invest money, you get money back. The more guaranteed it is, the easier that investment is. The more solid and safe, and the risk is so much smaller. I mean, there's really no other way to say it. It's going to happen no matter what. Whether, I find a way to get the shit. If I get the money myself, guess what? I'm your sponsor.
But if you want to be a part of it, there's
always a way.
Yeah, there's always a way.
Winning's going to happen.
Yeah.
Winning's going to happen. That's not even the question here. The question is who's coming with us. That's it. Is who wants to come with this journey? Who wants to support financially or however? It's just a matter of who's coming with us. Of course, there's roadblocks. If we had the money in our pocket now, it would have already been done. But, not everybody has that financial stability. I wish I did. I wish you did. And just in life in general. I mean, how many people are retain that type of wealth, even long term? Very little. Yeah. If it was easy, everybody would do it. So we know it's not.
Exactly that. Exactly well said. Yeah.
But the potential's there. We know it. I wouldn't jump on board and do this for nothing. Trust me. And I've had conversations with you, George. Yeah. I believe in you, and I see the passion. It's just, I know it's there. I feel it, see it. I've been witness to it. So, 1,000% on your side for many reasons, not just for the monetary side. I want to see you win. I want your kids to have the things that I know they should have, just like my kids. This is family, and I've talked to other people. And like you said, there's people that don't have nice things to say, and you have that choice to soak it in and let it ruin your life, or you can go, you know what? That's fine. Thank you for telling me that. I'm going to go the other way and just continue on what I'm doing.
That's it.
Because when you win, everybody's going to go, oh shit, he did it.
Yeah. Well, that when you're winning, they always come back. Don't worry about that.
And when they come back, I shake hands and invoices. Remember that.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, you want a picture with George? It's $25. Come on, but we're friends. That's why it's $25. The other dude paid $100. What are you talking about? I'm giving you that used to be a friend discount.
Yeah.
I mean, but it's just the truth, man. Like to be dead honest, people, you expect a certain level of support, and that's a fault on our own as humans, thinking that we deserve that support from certain people, right? But we find that support from the least likely people we don't even know sometimes come out of the woodworks and say, I've been watching you this whole time. And you're like, wow, like that happens when you put your heart into shit. You put yourself into it.
I'll send you a message later, but I got a message off a man he's like a little celebrity in the UK. And because I told him about my story and everything, and I put it over social media, so he passed it on to a lady, and she sent him a message back saying, this message has saved my life. Like, she was on the verge of like committing suicide.
Wow.
Because at the moment, a lot of people are doing that.
Yeah.
And she's read that message and said, she's like, I'll pass it on to you. I wanted to put it on social media, but it was, I thought it's a bit private for me.
Not everybody, not everything needs to be out.
Yeah, it's such a lovely letter, but it was such a moving letter when she said, like, he's like stopped her from doing something silly, and then thanking. It was nice.
That's an important part of things. When you invite or you entertain the negative energy that comes your way, you're going to get that in return. But when you deflect it and you stick to that positive, see, that positive side it helps other people. So just because, you're not hearing certain things about what you do doesn't mean people aren't watching or seeing. And I've been personally witness to that many times where people will tell me, similar stories or thank me or, hey, you're an inspiration. Honestly, on my end, I don't feel like an inspiration because I don't feel that I'm doing anything special. I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Yeah. And I don't feel like I'm putting 100% in. But when I have people that I know and people that I don't know come out, hey, you've pushed me to do this, this, and that, it kind of sets me a little bit straight. And I go, man, I really am. I am doing something. Yeah. Something that I didn't think I would be doing.
My reply to that was when the lady said that, when I got that message, and I was just like, I'm just trying to I'm trying to make my life better for my kids. That's all I'm trying to do. I'm not worried about no one else. And she was like, and that's what I loved about it. She went, I've been here contemplating of just ending my life, and I'm like, wow,
that's deep.
And she's like, you've given me another purpose. Just that message gave me purpose to say, do you know what? I don't need to do what I was doing. You know what I mean? And then she said to me, it's a cowardly way of taking the way out. And I just said to her, you're not a coward. And you know what I mean?
We all get weak. Get weak. It's part of being human.
We're all human, yeah.
You know, we can hit it. Right. And that's a whole nother level of, and I'm no judge. People do whatever they got to do, but there's always a way out. There's always a way to, just before you take that last step, suicide is serious and it affects everyone. That one person may leave this earth, but the damage that is left behind is just
behind. Yeah.
You can't fix it.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And then when you find out, as a person, I know I've had friends and people that I know that have passed away in that way. And it just hurts because it's like, shit, I could have done more. Just come talk to me. And I say that openly all the time. If anybody out there feels a certain way, you need somebody to talk to, fucking call me.
Yeah.
I don't care who you are. It doesn't matter, because somebody's always there to listen. And when you hear that, it's like, it's sad, because it's like, all you have to do is just ask one more person. That's why I treat people with a certain type of respect. Because when you hear these types of stories, people will say, if only one person would have just said hello to me. Yeah. If only one person would have just asked me how I'm doing.
Yeah. Remember this, everyone's fighting their own battle.
Yes.
It doesn't matter who you are, how much money you got in the bank, what colour you are. It doesn't matter anything. We're all fighting a battle that no one knows about.
But that battle is the same battle that everybody's fighting in silence.
Yeah.
As crazy as that sounds.
Yeah.
You're not the only one.
Yeah. And you're not the only one. So, and the best thing to do about it is to talk about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Talk about it. You know what I mean? Get it off. It's like, as I say, a problem shared is a problem solved. Talking about it helps you get things off your chest.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
And of course, your conscience, your all of it.
I'm guilty of that sometimes. I hold things in too long, and before I've got to let it go, because otherwise it sends me mental. It sends me bonkers. And
bonkers.
Yeah. And it's just I've got to have a release, and my release is the gym. I go to the gym and punch the bag.
That's what I need. And my release is Pizza Hut and fucking fast food, and slam down a huge hero sandwich. That's not a good way to relieve. I wish I could do that. I want to relieve all my tension in the gym, but I haven't gotten here yet. So, but I that's a good thing to do.
Well, that bit of land you got in your garden would be perfect. All you got to do is put up a boxing bag. And you're pretty much sunny all the time.
Yeah.
It ain't like the UK where every other day it's pissing down. So
it's like a racehorse runs over every day.
Yeah. The weather's not good here.
Well, we need George in Vegas. So if anybody out there that's listening wants to contribute and or be part of this journey, please, by all means,
jump on board.
And that's the truth. We want everybody to not just see the story. I want you to be part of it.
Part of it. That's it.
I think that's important. All the social media links are going to be in the description. You can communicate with me, with George on the website. There's a sponsor deck on the website if you wanted to see what it is that is offered. I mean, we have merch, anything. It doesn't matter. You want a training session virtually with George? Done. Yeah. You want a shout out through Cameo? Done. Because we're setting that up.
That's it.
But it's what you got to do. You got to adjust to today's times, and everything's online. So training goes a long way. And when you get trained by a professional that can knock people the hell out, that's not a bad thing.
It's not a bad thing,
right? That's who you want to learn from. not the guys that don't know how to throw a punch. You don't take advice for stocks from a guy that works at Subway. I mean, that's just not how it works. But man, George, this is good that we finally sat down and had this talk.
It's been a pleasure. It's been a pleasure.
It's been a mission. And it's just the beginning, because we're gonna. I guarantee everybody, you're gonna see some shit that's gonna make you smile, and you're gonna be like, man, they made it. They did what they said they were gonna do. Because it's the truth. Show them your hat. I'm gonna have all that stuff available soon. You got the shirt. You know, it's all about branding, and we came up with some nice figures that look good. You know what I mean? Got the mask and everything. Isn't that crazy that we got to do masks now?
Yeah,
isn't that
crazy.
Something like?
Can you hear me?
What? Hello? It just blows my mind how this shit just came about.
My wife to be reckons I'm better looking.
My wife, yeah, she don't even say it anymore. I think we're 15 years in. I'm just happy she's still here. She feeds me and I'm alive. I'm like,
that's it.
I'm good. But all right,
once
George,
again, mate, thank you for having me on. Thank you for having me on.
No problem,
appreciate
man.
it.
It's a pleasure.
And, as I said, big things happening, so we won't go on about it. We'll just let it happen.
We're waiting for you guys.
Yeah,
come watch. All right, George. You be safe, brother.
Thank you for having me. See you soon.
All right, man. Have a good one.
Top man.
Bye.
See you later, mate.